good evening everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Pinoy Mavericks. My name is G2 and today we have a pro musician guest. Let's give it up, William Chu.
Rock and roll, G. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, bro? First of all, how's it going? How's your life doing there back in the US?
All is good. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. How's it good? How are you?
Well, doing good so far as well, bro. It's been a while. It's been a while. So,
What, 20 years? 20? No, 20. It's going to be 24
20
years.
plus years, bro. Yeah, been that long,
It's crazy.
right?
Time flies. You're having fun.
Time flies, yeah. Okay, so William, anyway, we have viewers here. Well, some of them are aspiring. Well, actually, most of them are aspiring musician that planning to go to the U.S. and have a work as a musician, just like you. Okay, so first of all, William, can you tell us about your childhood? When did this music enthusiasm started?
Well, I always grew in a very musical, casual. There's always like background music blaring in the background all the time. Uh, so I guess I'm blessed to be in a situation where like music is all around me all the time, like pretty much 24/7. There's always guitar on the side, a local cheap guitar, nothing crazy, but it's uh, something to play on. So growing up, then when I went to high school, college, I met you guys. You're a
Yeah.
musician too. You're a musician too. And it just got it just got better from there. And yeah, I mean, I'm always surrounded by music, so it's I'm blessed to have a really good foundation. Yeah, have a good ear. Um, I guess that's part of it too. Sepra sepra, as we call it, right?
Yes, Sifra, yes. Yes, correct.
All right, I'm gonna separate this really quick. Then come back couple hours, couple days later, and I'm playing a half-ass intro of "Sweet Child of Mine." So it's it's another story for another day.
Okay, yeah, those were the days. But anyway, well, William, so the music started, we're talking about what age? During your younger years?
I Well, I really started playing the guitar when I was high school. What, 13, 14? I'll be like, one of my friends are like, "Hey, man, check this one out. Here's the intro for "The Man Who Sold the World" by Nirvana." I'm like, "Oh man, that's so cool. Let me try that." Um, you know, uh, Something really easy like that, but it piqued my interest. So it starts from there. Then I'll try to learn some real song, like say,
Yeah.
I don't know, a full song from intro to finish. But no, it's around, I'd say around 13, 14 years old when I really take the guitar seriously. Um, uh, yeah, around that time, mid teens, early mid teens.
Yeah, which is normal age to learn music. High school
Oh, and by
days.
the way, after then I met you guys when I was in my what 16, 17, too late teens. Then yeah, of course, and we start playing around the bonfire. You know, kuskusa na. Then of course, some
Ra-ra-ra.
drinks on the side.
So, during your, when you were starting to play the music, you said earlier that music is like everywhere, right? So, what bands or I don't know, maybe singers that
Oh
your
man.
parents normally play?
Well, my parents. Just the pop music of their time, like say I don't know, ABBA,
Yeah, the ABBA.
ABBA, England then, and John Ford Coley was that? Well, I forgot. It's Air Supply,
Air
Bee
Supply.
Gees. Oh my God, all the 60s, 70s music. Um, so those were my first uh, introduction to music.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the local FM, local FM radio, playing the current music at that time. So it's all so pretty much my foundation was pop music, just
Pop
whatever
music.
pop music at that time. Nothing guitar related, just all pop music. Uh, all nice melody with nice hooks, pretty catchy songs. So wala masyadong guitar oriented music.
Oh,
Maybe some music like just the strumming, but
strumming, yes.
other than that, yeah, other than that, it's all just you know pop
S-
music.
So, how did you learn to, or may nagturo ba sa'yo mag-gitara dati, or just self-taught lang to?
It's well, my dad plays the guitar, so he teaches me like, oh, here's the D chord, here's the uh, G chord, the usual cowboy chords,
Yeah.
open chords. And my uncle plays music. They all kind of sings, but yeah. So I can see them play the guitar once in a while. So I'm like, oh, all right. Oh, my dad has a guitar. When I grew up, that's the one I tried playing with. Um, so yeah, it's my dad, my uncles, uh, neighbors once in a while if I see them, drinking in a
Jam.
corner.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids. Drinking apple juice. So yeah, so just showing me, oh, here's the A minor. So just pretty much just some random, you know, bits and pieces
Yeah.
here and there.
So, when
Not too
did you
crazy.
first, own a guitar?
Well, my mom bought me a locally made guitar. It's so funny though. I tell a story. Like how the guitar has a straight neck.
Yes.
Um, like if it rains for even if the guitar doesn't get rained on, if it doesn't get wet, if it rains, the weather changes, the neck warps. It's really that bad. It's a bad guitar, locally made guitar, but it got me started. Uh, my mom got me that around uh, when I first started guitar, 12, 13 years old,
Mm.
somewhere around that time. Yeah.
So,
Oh, and I got the locally. You probably know the brand, but I'm not gonna say it. It's a locally made guitar from SM City. You'll know what I'm talking about. But I'm
letter
not gonna
L?
say that. It starts letter R,
Oh, okay.
but it got me started. It's a locally made Strat style guitar. Uh, but no, that was my first real guitar that had me jamming with some guys every now and then.
Well, doesn't matter really, right?
Right.
It's all
Oh
about
my
the
god,
player.
I didn't care, man. I was just like happy. I was happy as a clam. I got
Yeah.
my guitar. Oh man, this is gonna be great. Rock and roll. You know.
It's the player, not the guitar. So, regardless if
I,
it's
I
a
like
cheap
to I
guitar,
like to think that.
right?
I think you're right, bro.
It's the skill that matters.
I'm still working on it till now. I mean,
But back in college, William, you already have the skills. I envy you because I studied guitar too. But ang hirap whatever you've been doing is feeling ko kulang yung anim na string sa daliri mo eh. You were fast.
oh, thanks, bro. It as I mentioned earlier, it just started with just playing some licks here and there, intro of the song, trying to you know uh, pop the best way I can. I just started from there. Then I started digging deeper. Um, Starting to learn theory. I'm like, hey, you know what? Why does this work here? Why does this doesn't work there? Uh,
Mm,
so it just snowballs from there. It just piqued my interest. I mean,
yeah,
I like to think about it as like, oh, why does this work? Why does this doesn't work? Why does this sound right? But no, it's just you know,
lots of questions, right?
it's just a snowball effect. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. All in the name of rock and roll.
So, during those days, how many hours yung ano mo, yung nagpa-practice ka just to master a lead part or the
Uh,
licks?
yeah, well, I hate to sound cliche, but it's the first years. Oh man, I'm practicing every day. I mean, I still play guitar every day till now, but at the early days, man, I've been I'm working on the guitar for 3 4 hours at least
3 4
a day.
hours. Wow.
Not straight though, not straight, not not like okay, I'm gonna
Break. Something like
start
that.
playing now, then like 4 hours later, then I'll stop. No, it's like I divide it to little bits and pieces, like before right when I get up, after I eat breakfast,
30
you know,
minutes, 30 minutes,
30 minutes
something like
there,
that, an
but
hour.
it's a total of 4 or 5 hours at least, man,
Mm,
and that goes on and on. That went on and on for like years. Um, I never really thought of it as practice though. I just want to play, it's just me and my guitar. I don't nobody else hears it. So I'm not trying to impress nobody. I just like playing it.
yeah, it's okay. So by the way, William, we have a question here from our viewers. First question is, it says here, can you tell us about your journey from the Philippines to the USA and how you form your band? Well, here in Manila in the US.
Well, I never really had a band, like a established band before I when I left the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe the last band that I might, yeah, it's us, man. Just college kids. You and I and Marielle and
Leads.
our is
Wow.
and Ma. We're we're just jamming. Uh that's really the last time I jammed before I left the islands. Then I first got here 2001 uh, for a visit. Supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
for like 6 months, 1 year, but I liked it so much that I stayed. Um, I found my lovely wife. Then rest is history. I stayed. I mean, it's I found her at church that I was playing guitar. Guitar. Yeah, I played guitar at the church, and I found her there. She's the pastor's daughter. She plays the keyboards there, and she sings at church. Uh, no, then I played at her dad's church for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Then venture out of I didn't really venture out from church till like I don't know, like till like 2007. Then I got my first real band, playing semi-pro. We played in bars, festivals, playing some pop music. Um, and that was what 2007, 2008.
2007.
I've been doing that ever since. I took a break since a couple of years ago, but I'm gonna get back at it later on. Um, you know, that's it. It's nothing too fancy, really. I mean, it's first came here 2001, played at church, and then really get to play locally, getting paid till like late 2000s,
Mm.
2007, 2008. Then I played till like around before the pandemic started. I mean, I still keep in touch with my buddies and my bandmates every now and then. But I'm taking a quick break to see how this situation turns out.
Yeah. Okay. So, William, what about the transition? I mean, Um, Siyempre, you're a Filipino musician. What about, joining a band na puro Americans? Was it a challenge or smooth sailing lang?
It's it yeah, it wasn't it was a non-issue really. Other than me not being not being to speak English properly at that time. I mean, I still can't speak English properly till now. I mean, I I still hate the way I say it, but there it is. I mean, here I am, take it or leave it. But no, they're cool. I mean, they understand my point that I'm trying to come across. But no, it's a non-issue. If anything, it was a how do I say this? Being trying to be sensitive. Parang ano ba? Like it's almost like I'm a novelty. Like you're in this big group of American guys, and there's an Asian dude, which is me, that's included. It's almost like Journey. There's like all American dudes with one Asian guy. It's almost like a special case.
Yeah.
If anything, it actually worked in my favor. Being Filipino, being in an all American band. It's I don't know how to say it, but it kind of works on my favor.
Did you
It's fun.
audition or
Yeah, well, I put myself on the internet, like um, played myself a clip, not even a video. It's just like me playing an audio with a backing track that I made. Um, put on the internet out there. A musician looking for a band, um,
siya
and
talaga tinuloy mo sa US, ah?
weeks, like 2 weeks later, I got like weird calls, spams, messages, which pretty common nowadays. But then I got a first real inquiry that, oh, hey, you want to join the band? I'm like, hey man, I'll try it. And it turned out this band is a working band. Um, you know,
Were they shocked na, oh, it's an Asian. He's an Asian.
well, they're more shocked that I play at church and I play at church and I play like this.
You play
It's
really
like,
good.
man, how can you play something like that at church? I'm like, well, I don't play that at church. I mean, I play this crazy ass lead lines by myself, and I bust it out every now and then if needed. But I don't play that all the time like that at church. So
Mm,
they're more shocked at that than anything else. Excuse me.
yeah.
But no, it's all good. I mean, um,
All
it's
good.
I'm blessed.
So, what about the audiences? Diba, when you were playing in the band, was there any, parang may mga bashing ba or racism? Have you encountered those kind of things?
Not really, man. It's not really. No, not at all. I mean, I'm more culture shocked when I first walked in a bar with
Pure
you know
white.
lot lot of people drinking and some are drunk, and I'm like, oh man, it's all. If anything, it's all me. Like, man, I don't know if I can do this. Like just all rowdy, loud ass people. Just
So this is the
uh,
club you guys are playing
it's a
for.
club. It's a club, and at this, I'm in my late 20s. I mean, I go to the bars and clubs, but I don't go there as a musician. But when I started working in a band, I mean, people try to like talk to the musician, hey man, play some of these, or Freebird, or play something. This is something, just it was being crazy, just being drunk. So it's no, no, there's no problem at all. It's being stereotyped as Asian or whatever. No, that's
Yeah,
not a problem.
okay. But just real
If
that's really good.
anything, yeah, if anything, me going to that situation is more of a culture shock. Like, oh man, this is gonna be tough. You know, it's just me being me. Maybe you or other people are okay with that, but man, I'm like, it's it's too out there. Too, you know, I got to go out there, socialize, and say hi to people, and be nice and everything. And
Oh, siguro
I
masashock din
consider,
ako nun, ha?
hmm.
Masashock din ako nun, syempre. Puti eh, lahat
Oh,
eh. Ikaw lang eh.
yeah, but I think of myself as a, what you call it, not mahiyain, in introvert.
Introvert, yeah.
Yeah, I think of myself as introvert in general. So being on that situation is kind of like uncomfortable, in a bit. But of course, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Just
Yeah,
like with
you'll,
everything else.
you'll
So
get
I
used to
got
it.
better at it, but my baseline is still like, oh man, I'm an introvert guy.
So, do they have parang, of course, yung the way how they practice, the way how we practice in the Philippines, pareho lang ba sila or there's a difference?
It's Well, my experience in the Philippines, when I practice with the guys, it's more like, oh, we're gonna have a good time. So it's not really like, oh, we're gonna practice this perfectly to make money kind of thing. We're gonna Back in the islands, we're like, oh, we're gonna practice. We're just gonna have a good time. Let's have some fun.
Yeah,
Maybe drinks here and
it's always
there,
like that.
which I
Fun.
really love, which I really miss. Uh, so that's like the main point of practicing. But here, joining a working band, so it's like, like, man, we gotta get the parts right, like, to the T. So I guess that's the difference. But I guess if I jam with some of my friends here without thinking of making it all perfect and making money out of it, then maybe it's gonna be fun. Uh, you know, it's gonna be fun like that. But no, practicing here is it depends on what your goals are. If you try to, like,
So, mas seryoso.
it's mas seryoso talaga. But it's, again, I never think of these practices as like a really
Having
tedious.
fun, like in the
Yeah, I mean,
Philippines.
every time I play the guitar, I'm having fun. So it's, I never really thought of it as practice. If anything, excuse me. If anything, yung paglo-load in and load out, tuning the guitar, putting
Yeah.
the cables in, losing sleep during the night, yun ang those are the things I want to get paid for, man. Those are like the really tedious. Like, I don't want to do those things. But playing the guitar, I'll do that for free any day.
Oh
But
my.
but everything else that comes with it, I want to get paid for.
So, let's say during gig, you forgot the part, or someone forgot their part. How do you guys handle that?
Yeah, that happens almost every day. I mean, not every day, but almost every gig. Uh, yeah, I can only count on my fingers where the gig all went smoothly. Everybody remember their parts. Everything's on point. Those barely happens, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, there's always something that you would uh, notice that, oh, that didn't turn out right. I mean, I'm my own biggest critic. So every time I play a note, even if I just don't hit it right, oh
Hmm.
man, that's a wrong note. But people can't tell. If people can't tell, you can't tell, my bandmates can't tell. But for me, I wish I could have done that lick better. But no, when those happens, as long as it's not a train wreck, as long as no one is playing a C sharp on a C, so it's like not too much of a train wreck. Basta hindi lang obvious.
C sharp on a
It's
C. Hindi ba halatang halata
if
yun?
someone plays a C sharp on a C, oh man, that's bad. That's like
That's,
it's
maghiwalay yun.
it's really ano ba tawag nun? Hindi lang
Sintonado na.
sintonado, but it's yeah. When someone plays a C sharp on a C, oh, everybody knows.
Yeah, halatang halata siya.
Yeah, even the dogs knows, even the cats knows across the street. It's halata halata. But as long as those doesn't happen, usually it's not much of a big deal. And if those happen, you just have to play it off. Wink at your bandmates, have a little laugh. Sometimes people like those things. When
You'll just laugh out of it.
yeah, sometimes those spontaneous things like that, it gives the performance a character, and sometimes the people like those. Like, oh man, they laugh. They and after all, they'll think, oh man, these guys are human too. These people playing in stage they're all human too, and they have a laugh, and
Was there a part
it's
na parang nagkakasisiyan kayo minsan? Your gig didn't turn out that well. Meron bang sisihan or blaming sa group?
uh maybe in a light-hearted, fun way. Once in a while, like, hey man, you suck on that part, bro. What'd you do? But nothing too crazy. I mean, it happens to the best. You know, it
Mhm.
happens to the best of us. It happens, and especially me playing lead guitars and playing way more notes than most of them are most of the time. It's it's inevitable, to stumble
Yeah.
every now and then. But as long as we play it well, you know what they say. It's not the wrong note that you played. It's what you played after the wrong note. So as long as you resolve that note properly, then
Yeah.
it
So hindi na
seems
siya
like
halata.
it seems like you did it on purpose. So as long as you play it off.
All
Bad advice.
right.
Bad advice.
Okay. So are you guys still together? I mean,
I mean,
nakailang banda ka na ba in the
I
US?
still I still keep in touch with the guys once in a while, but uh, no, I mean we my band Rock Candy, man, the last reunion we had was before the pandemic. Was it 2018 or 2019? I can't remember. But no, we haven't grouped together since. I haven't played since like I haven't played commercially since 2019, I think. I
Before
mean, I still
pandemic?
play the guitar every day,
Mhm.
play jam with my friends every now and then, but I haven't played out in a group, as a professional, since before the pandemic.
All right. $1 million question, William. And I hope you can just give just an idea or ballpark figure. So normally, how much ang kinikita ng isang banda in the US if you play in the clubs?
Well, before the pandemic, I'm not sure if after the pandemic, because I was told uh, it was way less after the pandemic. I don't know if it went back up again, as far as the pay,
Mm-hmm.
but it ranged between, let's say, $70 to $300 per person
300
on
bucks
any
per
given show,
person?
per person. Or you can, on the good gigs, like let's say a wedding gig or a New Year's Eve or a Christmas gig,
Yeah.
uh, you can earn up to $1,000 per person. You know, um, but those happens, very few in between. So let's say on average you're getting paid $100 to $200 per person.
Which is not bad
It's not bad at all. I mean, you can make a
for
living
a
out of
gig
these.
for one night.
Per gig. Yeah, if you think about it that way, but I think of it as, man, you learn the songs, you practice it with a band, you load in and load out,
Commitment.
deal with people. It's like those are the job part of the band. But no, it's not bad. 100 to 200 bucks per show. Again, this was
Before pandemic.
pre-pandemic rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll let you know when I get back to you know playing in the band shortly. Uh, we'll update this interview.
Yeah. Well, even if it's $70 per gig, that's still a lot because in the Philippines, I remember I also played gigs 300 pesos, 500 pesos, and napaka-rare yung club na magbigay sa amin ng 1,000.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the. I'm not sure if that's. You know what? Let me take it back because I'm I'm talking about the local Chicago area, cover band show
Mm-hmm.
gigs. So I'm pretty positive it's different in New York or different in LA. It's probably more, it's probably less.
Yeah,
But around Chicago area, $100, uh, $100 $200 on average. It's not too bad. I mean, if you can do this couple of days a week, then you can pretty
that's
much
okay.
make a living out of it. I
Yeah,
mean, some of my friends does it. I mean, I was a I was on a point where I could have did it full time, but it's gonna be a story for another interview. But it's too much. It's too much. Uh, uh, it's always like going out 2 3 nights a week,
yeah.
um, being on different group, practicing with them on different days, um, and you're not around the house on the holidays. New Year's. Oh my God, my wife hates that. I'm not at home on New Year's, but it's a price you have to pay as a musician. I mean, there's no perfect job. You're on the road. It's people are willing to pay those price to be a musician. Some people are doesn't want doesn't want to deal with those. So I try to find a happy medium. Yeah, that
What
works for me.
what about right now? Ano yung mga gears mo ngayon? Your guitar, how many
I
guitars you
still
have? Your
I still have all my
effects?
gears. I never really sold any of those except for like little pedals here and there if I want to upgrade. But no, I have two electric guitars, two acoustic guitars,
That's four guitars.
one ukulele. I mean, I, wa- I sold a couple of guitars already because there's too much. I mean, I can only play one at a
Play one
time.
guitar,
So,
yeah.
so there's no sense having more than a couple of guitars. I have this guitar. It's a Sir. It's called Sir. It's a relic Sir modern guitar, and I have a Music Man guitar as
Hmm.
a second guitar. But I only have two guitars. I mean, it's more than enough for me. I can only play one at a time anyway.
So right now, William, on your level right now as a musician, do you still have some aspirations or goals sa Amerika?
Well, and that's I don't know. I never been asked that question, but that's a really good question. It's a really good question, pre. Napahinto ako ron ah. But no, it's as a musician here. I mean, I'm gonna go back playing in bands sooner than later. Uh, you know, um, but right now I'm just trying to focus having my kids growing up so quick. I mean,
Mm,
he's gonna be 5 years old in December, so it's I can't believe you know time's going by so fast. Kids, I can see him growing in
time
front of my eyes.
flies.
It's no, it's I try to savor the moment. because they grew up real fast. Band's always gonna be there. Work's always gonna be there. One or two phone calls. I'm back in the saddle, uh, working with bands. So it's there if I want to go back and
Hmm.
join in again. But right now, I enjoy uh, you know, playing on my own time. You know, playing with my kids, and
So William,
all good stuff. All good stuff.
all good stuff. So William, during your time when you play doon sa clubs, do you have a day job during that time and then sa gabi banda? Or just the band?
I I I had a day job. Not a full time job, but I had a day job. 7 hour job, 8 hours. Well, I think 8 hours is full time. But no, yeah, it's not a. I had a job, but let me put it this way: I earn more on my band gigs than my day job. So
That's nice. That explains it.
it's
Everything.
well, yeah, well, I just have to have a day job just in case. Bands are it's fun and everything, but it's not stable. It's like married to four people.
Mm,
It can there's always a fallout waiting to happen if not taken care of. So
yeah.
mas maganda yung may day job ka as something stable on the side, then then and have a full time day job and a band.
Sa band, yes.
Some dudes don't do it. I mean, they just have like bands. I mean,
It's more safe, di ba?
well, some guys have like two, three bands on together, which is I guess one way of doing it. But then again, those doesn't work for me. I can only focus on one band full time. It's almost like being married, just once.
Yes.
You can
Oh,
remember that, kids.
yes. Guys, so only
Just
for
one.
William. So, any okay, can you remember any yung parang pinaka-challenging na situation na you have experienced as a musician?
Well, one thing comes up to mind right away is well, aside from the gear failures that happens once in a while, my amp doesn't work, and I'm in front of hundreds of people, and my amp's not working, so I don't know what to do with this. Luckily, those things are
That's really
uh,
scary.
it's really scary, man. I was sweating, cold sweats, big as a bullet. It's really bad. But luckily, it turned on. Amplifier turned on. I sent my amplifier back to Mesa Boogie, the factory, have them serviced it. But when that happened at the time, as long as you have a backup plan, you can plug directly to the board, to the mixing board
Yeah.
from your pedal board, then it's all good. That's the worst that can happen on a band performance. But one thing I hate the most is when someone calls me for a fill-in show, to fill in for somebody, and oh hey, by the way, next week are you available to play? Um, you know,
Would you
our
say
guitar
yes?
player is not available, so here's 10 songs that you have to learn within a week. So those things are just a workout. Um, playing. I got to learn 5, 10 songs within a very short period of time. Luckily, again, this pop songs that I play, cover band songs are pretty. Uh, Most of them are pretty.
Easy to learn, sort of.
Yeah, it's not guitar oriented. Some of this, most of these songs are not guitar oriented. So as long as you know the background chords, what's going on in the background,
More on fill-ins,
uh,
right?
yeah, so you can do your lead lines every now and then. So it's all good. But those are the two things
Two things,
that
yeah.
so gear failure and last minute notice band. band gig or that you need to learn some songs.
But you can say
Those are,
you can say no, right, to them. But why say yes?
see, one thing I learned: when you say no to like a band, you never get a call back. So when everything,
Oh,
yeah. So those are like almost the unwritten rules. Like when you, not unless there's a, you're not available or, uh, it happens once in a while. If you're not available, they get it. But if you say no a couple times in a row, and you know the call starts, the call stops coming, and it's usually as a working musician, you need those calls. But yeah, I mean, those things are, uh, you know, as
you
long as the
just can't say
calls
no.
keep coming,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all good.
Okay. So, grabe. So, ibang-iba pala talaga ang buhay banda sa Amerika compare sa Pilipinas.
It's band here. You can take it as seriously as you can. You can take it as non-seriously as you can. But it's all up to you. If you really want to be in a working band, just prepare to hustle, 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 hustle. Lose some sleep every now and then,
Yeah.
and it's rewarding. It's rewarding. It's satisfying. When you get through a really rough, when you get through a really rough, you know, non-ideal gig, and you guys went through it, uh, got through it okay, good feedback from the crowd. It's very satisfying.
Yeah. But how do you handle the of course yung kasi banda kasi it requires really hours of work, practice and all. But
Right, right.
what about your family? So minsan ano yan,
Yeah, that's the
kontra.
tricky part. And to be honest with you, G, that's that's when musician starts to like pull back a little bit, when the family starts to come. And that's one of the main reason why I never really want to join two, three, four bands at the same time,
Yeah.
because you would never have time to anything else. You wouldn't have time for yourself. You wouldn't have time for your family, and just like with everything else in life, you need balance. So it's kind of hard to balance all that stuff if you have more bands, uh, more than one band, and you can't focus. So just one band at a time, and you have time for everything else.
Yes, balanced family. So William, what can you advise sa mga number one, mga banda sa Pilipinas na gusto mag-Amerika and then yung mga Pinoy na nasa Amerika?
Well, if you're in the Philippines trying to come here as and start a band or join a band, uh, with the internet age, it's easier than when I did it 24 years ago, 23, 24 years ago. There was internet back then, but it's not it's not as, there's no YouTube like right now. Like there's
Yeah.
no video call like right now. So it's easier now, easier to connect to people, easier to network. Uh, no, if as long as you have the right attitude, the right chops, the right work ethic, just start networking. Um, First couple of years gonna be rough, just like everything else. But once you start networking, put your name out there, uh, make a really good impression, be cool, be a nice guy. No one wants to deal you know an a-hole. No matter how good you are, no matter how good looking you are, if you have a bad personality, no one wants to deal with you. So just be cool, network, 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 and you'll get there. Work hard, hustle, uh, and for the people here, uh, this is just trying to make it in the band business. You know, Again, just network. connect to the connect with the right people, be pleasant. That's it, man. It's really deep, but
That
excuse
meaningful.
me.
Yeah.
It's meaningful, but it just boils down to like just be cool and personable. Um, there's no amount of talent that's gonna you might get a gig if you have a good talent, but you won't retain a band or a gig if you have a bad attitude.
Bad attitude,
So
yes.
you have a good attitude, personality, you
Personality.
have the skills. Oh, it's all good.
It's all good. So, William, is it okay? I mean, before we close this interview, is it okay if you can just play some sample? Come on.
You know what? Let let me get this. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't even know if I'm in the frame right now. Am I in the frame?
Yeah, but well, it's okay that hindi namin makita yung gitara, pero of course, we know that you're playing the guitar.
But can you see the hold on.
I can only see your just right here on this level.
Yeah, well, how about this?
Yeah, yeah, that's okay.
All right, here we go. Rock and roll, people. Man, yeah, good luck on your channel, bro. It's I heard it's growing. Happy for you, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much, William, pare. I missed you. Sana magkita-kita ulit tayo, personally.
Oh, soon, yeah, pretty soon. But no, man, it's all good. Nice to see you. Nice to talk to you.
Okay, so again, guys, let's give it up, William Chu.
Rock and roll, people. Rock and roll.